very important thing is today we're doing inversions. So please be mindful of where you're at in your practice. Of course, it's quite difficult to do a virtual inversion practice because I'm not there to come and physically support you when you come up, which is why we'll have the wall there. But if you're not wanting to come up, then you can still get all the benefits from an inversion just by bringing your head down. It's basically, inversions are very calming because it's like a totally flipped perspective. So the oxygen because the blood runs to our head, it means we get a big boost of oxygen to the head, and that's why they can feel very calming when we're able to hold them for longer periods of time. And yeah, they are we're literally flipping ourselves upside down, so that change perspective can be very beneficial as well. But you get that benefit whether your legs are floating in the air or not. So just come into the adjustment that's right for you. Okay, if you haven't closed your eyes already, please do so now. And start to lengthen your inhale and your exhale. We'll start with one chant of Om, inhaling fully, exhale fully. Inhale for Om. Keep your eyes closed and bring your hands onto your ribs. So the bottoms of your hands kind of coming backwards, and you can wrap your fingers around your rib cage in the same direction that the bones of your rib cage go. Be aware of the feeling of your rib cage getting bigger as you inhale, filling up the space between your fingers and your ribs, and then falling away as you exhale. And really think about the physiology of your body as you're doing this. See if you can bring more air in. It's quite amazing how much that chest cavity feels when we let it. And the ribs are obviously a very important part of our practice. One, because breathing is so integral to yoga and how we practice the physical aspect of yoga using our breath, and how we practice the meditation aspects of yoga. We can grow our chest cavity through the practice of yoga, but we can also use the chest cavity to help us when we're needing to come into balance poses. And something I want you to try to focus on now with your hands there is tucking the lower ribs in. And as you do that, experience what you feel in your core, in your abdomen. So often when someone says in yoga, engage your core, it feels like this kind of pulling in of belly fat. which is not what it is. We need to be using the core from various different places. So lifting up through the pelvis helps to engage those abdomens, as well as drawing the lower ribs down. But as you draw the lower ribs down, you also want to think about lifting the chest up. And it's this balance between the two, between pulling the ribs in and still maintaining the lift in your heart. So just see if you can feel that now. And then bring your hands back to your knees. Hi, Chloe. And move your pillow or block away if you have one. And we're going to begin in headstand. So if you don't have headstand in your practice, then don't bring the legs up. But otherwise, let's all start with our elbows on the floor. Wrap your arms around your elbows. And then bring the hands together, so interlace the fingers. And this is a really good place to start because headstand is a really wonderful way to warm your body up for the practice. You don't obviously need a lot of flexibility to come straight into headstand, so we don't need to warm up much else of the body. So I invite you to come to headstand now if it's in your practice, but otherwise we'll come to dolphin. So you tuck the toes. Lift the hips up. So it's like a downward dog really, but you're on your elbows. And then push the chest through your shoulders. It doesn't matter if the legs are bent here, straight, heels can be down or lifted. But if you're in dolphin, push through the chest. And push the floor away from you with your elbows so you can get into the shoulders. And we're going to stay here for 10 breaths. And this is possibly quite intense. That's what we want. This is our warm-up for the class today. Start to come out, so if you're still up in headstand, coming down, if you're in dolphin, bring your knees to the floor. We'll all drop back to child's pose for 3 breaths. Inhale, look up and come to all fours. So we've already done our first inversion of the class. Now we're going to really start to work with balance and focus, which is obviously also essential for practicing inversions. So from all fours, bring your weight into your left knee and your right hand and extend the right leg back. And here, to keep your balance, you're going to need to use the core. So see if you can do that engagement that we did sitting down with the ribs, the lower ribs tucking in, the abdomen engaging. Lift the left arm forward, extend through the left fingertips, the right toes, and exhale, pull everything into the midline. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Using your core to stay balanced, keeping your weight spread evenly through the left and right side. Inhale, reach, and exhale, hand down, knee down. Shift your weight into the left hand and the right knee, and then lift the left leg up. Reach forward, engaging the core, ribs tuck in. Imagine the belly button is lifting to the back of the spine. Exhale, everything into the midline. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach. My hand's caught in my hair. Exhale, release the hair, release the hand, release the knee. Okay, walk your hands back. And we spent all of last class preparing for crow. We'll come into a little crow practice now, but really just playing with the balance. So how we did it last week is we had our heels together and feet pointing away from each other. This is the golem. And from here, both hands firmly down, pushing in with all 10 fingertips. Lift the hips up and bring the knees into the armpits. Don't start to lift your feet, but practice rocking forward and back. Maybe you need to readjust where your hands are. See how you can play with the distribution of your weight. And then maybe you can lift one leg up. Look forward, don't look down. And you've got to use the core here. Maybe the other foot comes up. And maybe both feet come up. Even for a second. Last play. Rocking forward or lifting. And then come forward to the front of the mat, top of the mat. Feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And bring your hands onto your ankles, so a bit more of an active Uttanasana, so you can pull your chest closer to your legs. Inhale, look up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Fingers meet overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart center. We'll do a couple of sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hinging from the hips. Come down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, yogi's choice, step or jump, knees down or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold here for 5 breaths. And feeling your shoulders move away from each other, elbows rotate in towards each other and out. Push away from the floor, lengthen through the arms. Push down with the feet. Knees can be bent. This is our first downward facing dog of the morning. Be kind to yourself. Inhale, look between the hands. Step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Second round, inhale. Reach, open your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Being mindful of the engagement of the core as we flow through the whole salutation. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look between the hands, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. Take a moment, notice how you feel. Experience the energy that you've already created in your body and the changes that result from creating that energy. Is it just a physiological experience? Is it an emotional experience for you? Is it a spiritual experience for you? Take a moment, really connecting with the movement of energy flowing through your body. Open your eyes and bring the arms back and through, sit down, chair pose. Tuck the tailbone, belly comes in, ribs come in. Lift the toes off the floor, push the knees towards each other and lift your arms a little higher and exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, extend through the right toes. Keep your hips square and make sure that your shoulders are still square. Keep that outward rotation of the shoulders, of the elbows. And then bend the right knee, step it forward. Or you can bring the right foot between your hands and feet. Right elbow underneath the knee, step it forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, low lunge. Bring your hands together. And we're going to come to Kali Mudra. So index fingers point up, other fingers wrap around. Thumbs cross over each other. Lengthening up through the arms. And then feel those lower ribs tucking in. Chest lifting high. Exhale, hands down. Extend the right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Just getting into the hamstring for a moment. Then inhale, look up. Step into the right knee, bend the right knee, and using your core, we're going to lift the left leg up, coming to supported warrior 3. So hands on the floor, really pulling your core in, and focus more on the standing leg than the lifted leg. So you've got to be super strong through the standing leg. Doesn't matter if the top leg is bent. Using the core to find your stability. And then bend both knees. Bring your left knee past the right knee and come to stand up. Take hold of your left foot. Bring it inside your right inner thigh and come to tree. Vikrasana. So feeling the energy come up through the sole of the right foot, all up that leg, which is strong and steady. That's why it's called tree. And you can keep your hands in prayer, or maybe come to your hips. But you really want to zip the core up. Feel that engagement in your upper abdomen and the lift in your chest. Maybe you can Extend the arms. And I'm going to stop talking for a minute, believe it or not, just because I really want you to experience for yourself in your body what balance feels like. Beautiful. Release the left foot down, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Extend through that leg, hips square, shoulders square. Keep pushing down with the hands, down with the right foot. And then step the left leg through. If it's a struggle for you to bring it all the way up, then you bend both knees as we come forward, push the floor away from you, and then bring the foot down. Drop the back knee, and inhale, low lunge. Kali Mudra. Index fingers point up. And then stay in Kali Mudra, but bring the hands down to the bottom of your neck, opening the shoulders. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Extend the left leg, left hip back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, exhale, fold. And all you want to feel here is that lengthening through the back of your knee, up through all of your hamstrings, down through your calf. Look forward, bend the left knee, push into the left foot, use your core, come up, supported warrior three. If you can, bring your hands onto your hips, where you can check if they're square. So it's a temptation to lift the right leg so that it can look like it's higher, feel like you're in a better variation of the pose, but actually we want the hips to be square. Core in. Bring the hands back down if you want the stability. Otherwise, drishti, find a focus point, use your breath and balance. Strong left leg. Start to bend both knees. Right knee swings past the left. Use your core to come up. Take hold of the right foot and come into Vikrasana tree pose. Again, find your drishti, your focus point. Use your breath, use your core, find your stability. If you feel real tree-like, maybe close one eye, maybe close the other eye. Woohoo! Maybe close both eyes. Wow, it's interesting just to see how your body immediately freaks out. For me, my left leg suddenly shaking like a branch in the wind, which is appropriate for this pose. Okay, and release. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step the foot through the hands, and up to you, drop the back knee or come into high lunge. Remember, high lunge is going to be more intense, so choose the level of intensity you want. It does not have to be the most intense. With that in mind, I think I'll drop my back knee, but you do whatever feels good. Start to lift the arms up, find Kali Mudra, and open your chest. Exhale, hands down, extend the right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Pull the right hip back. Bend into the right knee. Come up, warrior three. This time try without supporting your hands. Bring the hands straight to Anjali Mudra at your chest, or maybe extending behind you. Strong right leg, push down with the right big toe. Bring your hands onto your core if you can. Can you use that more? Bend both knees. Come to stand up. And this time we're going to come into eagle. So your left knee is going to wrap around your right thigh. And then maybe you drop the left toe to the floor, or maybe you can wrap the leg all the way around the right leg. Extend your arms out in front of you and bring the left elbow under the right. Elbows are together. Try to bring the palms of your hands together and then extend the elbows away from you. Elbows in line with your face. Look out past the elbows, feeling your shoulders moving away from each other, hips opening, sinking a little lower, and finding your balance, using your breath. Beautiful. Unravel the arms, sweep them up, and exhale, release. Shake the legs out, and come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up, open your heart. Exhale, hinging from the hips, using your core, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. And step it through. I'd repeat whatever you did before, so high lunge or low lunge, whatever you fancy. Inhale, arms up. This time we're going to cactus the arms, so elbows bend away from you. Opening the chest. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fingertips come forward. Push back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Look forward, rock forward, up to warrior three. Using your breath. Calm, steady breath will help you stay stable. Bend both knees, rise up, bend the right knee in and bring it over the left leg. Wrapping it around or bringing your right toe next to the left foot. Arms extend, right elbow underneath the left. Bend the elbows, hands come together. Lift the elbows, pull them away from you as you sink your hips low. Garudasana, eagle pose. And then Open the arms up. Bend the right knee. Exhale, release. Shake your legs out. Okay, last round. Inhale, arms up, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Open, back to down dog. Right leg lifts, step it through. Inhale, high lunge or low lunge. If you're in high lunge, then we'll come to pyramid. Otherwise, come back to half monkey like we did before. So, if you were in high lunge, your front leg extends, fold over the leg. Bend the front knee and lift up, warrior three. This time challenging yourself, can you reach the arms forward into the full expression of the pose? Exhale, bend the knee, come to stand up, and this time you're going to bend the right knee, take the left ankle onto the right thigh. So I think maybe like this, and then I'll show you from this way. Hands come to your heart center, and you're going to start to squat down as far as you can go. Belly is pulled in. Use a drishti, use a focus point. If you can come low enough, then you can wrap your left foot around your right arm. If you can bring your hands into prayer, maybe you can drop the hands down onto the floor. Wrap the left foot around the right arm, and if you're on the floor, maybe you can come to a balance. Lifting the right foot up, and maybe you can even extend the leg. Wherever we are, let's come back up, shake the legs out, and doing the left side. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, step or jump, inhale, exhale. Left leg lifts, step through, high or low lunge, reach the arms up, and come to pyramid or Ardha Hanumanasana. Stretching out the muscles in your left leg. Look up, come into warrior three, last time. Maybe extend the arms forward. Bend the right knee. Bring the right foot on top of the left thigh. Start to sink down. If you can, bring your right foot around your left elbow, then do. And maybe you can bring the hands to the floor. If the hands are flat on the floor, then you can come to the balance. Wherever you are, come back, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Bring your hands to your hips. Come onto your the balls of your feet and just start to drop the hips back. And then give yourself a hug. Bring the hands behind your sit bones and come to sit down. So, now let's do an inversion. So if I'm going to move the camera, move the computer, so you can see me. So if you want to come to a wall, then do. But as I say, if you don't want to come to the inversion, then we're not going to lift the legs up. If you want to try forearm stand, I'm just going to show that quickly, and then we can all, if you want to keep practicing forearm stand, then you can. So it's like dolphin, hands, elbows up, arm, elbow distance apart, and then you want your hands quite close to the wall, and you lift your hips up, look between your hands, walk the feet as far as they will go, and then on your exhale, kick up. And you can then drop the head down slightly and pull the ribs in and maybe play with your balance. So that's forearm if you want to practice that. Otherwise, this is what we'll do for headstand. So everyone, if you're not doing Pinchamayurasana, then bring your elbows to the floor. And really important, check the spacing between your arms by wrapping your hands around your elbows. So that is the space you want between your elbows. And then bring the hands together, remembering that you want your pinky fingers next to each other rather than one on top of the other. Push the elbows down, and you also really want to push the wrist down. And you want to think about keeping the wrist glued to the floor as you bring your head into that nest that you've made. And you want the roundy top bit of your head to be at the top of your hands and the crown of your head on the floor. So everyone put their head in. And first, all we're going to do is extend the legs and walk the feet towards you slightly. You can be right on your tiptoes. And with your feet still on the floor, make sure that there's more of your weight in your forearms than there is on your head. Think about the shoulders engaging and pushing down with the forearms. Okay. Come back onto your knees and look up. Next step is to lift one foot off the floor. So you can check the arm distance again, that they haven't moved. Bring your head into your hands. Extend the knees. Come, walk your feet towards you, and then bend one knee. Down. Bend the other knee. Down. And you can stay here, bending one knee and then the other knee, but making sure you still keep your weight in your elbows. And then let's come back. Either repeat that, or we'll bring one foot to the wall. So again, check the distance between your elbows. Fingers interlace. Pinkies next to each other. Push the wrists down. Push the arms down. And bring your head into the basket. Extend the knees. Walk your feet in. Engage your core. And then bend one knee and gently hop the other foot up. And then you can push one foot into the wall And bend both knees and your feet are on the wall. So you're not having to worry about balancing with your legs. The feet are resting on the wall behind you so that you can really focus on pushing the floor away with your elbows, feeling your shoulders opening, shoulders coming away from the ears, pushing down with your wrists, and then engaging the core. So your lower ribs tuck in, and maybe if you feel solid, you can push your bent knees together and see if you can just hover away from the wall for a moment. Coming back down when you're ready. So I can't see anyone, but I presume that's because you're all diligently working at the wall. So we will do that again. Obviously, if you don't want to, then come to dolphin, or even just come to child's pose. If you're super tired, then bring both legs up against the wall with your back on the floor, and just lift your legs up. You'll still get that release of blood moving the opposite way down your body. But otherwise, last time, wrap your hands around your elbows, bring the fingers together, push down with the wrists, drop the head in to the basket, extend the knees, walk the feet in. Maybe this time you want to bend the other knee first than you did last time. Gently hop off the other foot until you can hop up enough to bring that bent knee to the wall. Bend both knees and start to play with the balancing of your torso without having to worry about the balancing of your legs. So your lower ribs tuck in. Engage your core. Push the floor away from you with your elbows. Shoulders lift away from the ears. And if that feels good, bring your knees together. And maybe you can even start to inch the feet up the wall and extend the legs. I'm not going to tell you to bring them away from the wall today if you don't want to. But maybe now you can have the legs extended on the wall, but keep pulling those lower ribs in, because otherwise there's a tendency here to start arching the back. Pulling the bottom of the ribs in will stop that from happening. Okay, everyone come down. Bring your toes together and drop back into child's pose. If you have a wall and you want to end the class this way, it can be very nice too, but otherwise make your way to lie down on the floor. If you want to try this, you bend your knees with one whole side of your leg against the wall, and then drop down and turn your legs up the wall. And you want to, if you're against the wall, think about pushing the tailbone down to the floor. Wherever you are, please come into your final relaxation. Bring your hand onto your heart and just experience what you've cultivated in your body. Yoga means union, and it is the balancing of two opposing forces. And one way we can experience that in our body is with the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Every inhale, we are activating our parasympathetic nervous system. We are getting ready for action, ready for movement. Every exhale, we are releasing. We are telling our body to relax. We are letting go. Yoga is this constant journey through these two different aspects of our being. With a more vigorous practice like we had today, we're really building up that parasympathetic energy, that kind of fight or flight, that hit of adrenaline that we can get when we move our bodies very vigorously. And now is the time to let that go. Start to relax back into your breath, feeling your whole body relaxing as we use the exhale to release all of that energy that we've built up. If you can really listen to your body in moments like this, you can experience the whole world that is within. So many incredible things happening every millisecond in our body. Our bodies are the most incredible things we will ever experience in our lifetimes. But our mind is so active that we so frequently lose connection with what is happening in our body. And I invite you now to just really experience whatever you are feeling in your body. Beautiful world within. If you're at the wall, start to bring your legs back down. If you're in Shavasana, bend one knee and roll over onto your other side. Wherever we are now, pushing ourselves up to a seated position with the eyes closed. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale for arm. It's my absolute pleasure to have shared the practice with you today. Thank you all so much. Untitled Chapter.